In my last video, I said that I would go over where thoughts and emotions come from, as well as how to change these two things. And before I get right into that, I'm going to tell you guys a quick story about the type of person that I used to be. I used to be the type of person that would sit in the back of class, worried about what other people were thinking of me. When I was speaking to someone else, I couldn't be present because I was too worried about what that person was thinking of me, if they were judging me. I couldn't make any friends. I was a very anxiety-induced person. I had a lot of anxiety, a lot of negative thoughts, a lot of negativity within me, and I just couldn't be the person that I wanted to be, and I couldn't enjoy life the way that I wanted to. And it wasn't until I changed my thoughts and emotions, and especially my beliefs, when I was able to change my life and change these aspects of me that I just did not enjoy. Once I did that, I was able to make friends. I was able to stop giving a fuck what people think of me. I still definitely care. That's kind of just human nature. You're never gonna fully just not care what other people think of you, and if you are that way, that might be more of a detriment than a help to you. But to a certain degree, we shouldn't be caring what other people think of us. This really hinders us in so many fucking aspects of life, and I felt that way my entire life. I cared about what other people thought of me when I was speaking, when people were looking at me. Oh, are they judging me? Are my teeth crooked? Like, just random shit that shouldn't mattered to me, and I just cared about what other people thought of me, thought that everyone was judging me, and that was one thing that really just held me back in life, just being myself, making these videos. And it wasn't until I changed my mindset, changed my beliefs, when I was actually able to change my life. And if you don't know anything about beliefs, our subconscious mind runs 95% of our day, and our subconscious mind is basically our habits and our beliefs. So now I'll answer that initial question. Where do these thoughts and emotions come from? They come from our beliefs. But where do beliefs come from? They've come from our past experiences mostly, and especially from ages 0, from when we were born, to age 7. This is when we were in a brainwave state called theta, and we just absorbed information. We didn't have any analytical mind. We couldn't analyze the situations that were happening and say, okay, this is a good program to download, this is a good belief to download. Let's absorb that information and attach to it, make that our belief system. But we didn't have that analytical mind. There was no separation between the subconscious mind and the conscious mind. So we just absorbed information, didn't analyze it. We automatically accepted it and believed it to be the truth. And oftentimes, we absorbed information, absorbed limiting beliefs that held us back. They're limiting beliefs. They're not beliefs that serve us. We do download programs from our society, from our parents, from the people around us, from our TV shows that we consume, everything, literally everything we consume, everything we see, everything we hear, from ages 0 to 7, we absorb that and believe it to be the truth. And we can download good programs, how to use silverware, how to walk, how to run, how to do certain things that will serve us for the rest of our lives. But we also download beliefs that hinder us for the rest of our lives unless we do something to change that belief. And that's why I often make these videos. That's why I love talking about the subconscious mind, because if you can change your subconscious beliefs, you can change your fucking life. You don't have to be accepting that limiting belief that has held you back for your entire life, for the rest of your life. You can do something to change it, to change your life. Because if you don't, you are going to keep manifesting and creating the reality that you are creating this very moment. Let's say, for instance, you absorbed some limiting belief from your parents about money, saying money is the root of all evil. You need to work super hard for money. Only rich get richer, poor get poorer. All these limiting beliefs are stuck in your mind from maybe TV shows that show evil people that are rich. Maybe it's from your parents that told you this, and maybe they absorbed that from their parents, and their grandparents absorbed that from their parents who were in the Great Depression. Who knows? Wherever these beliefs came from, they're limiting beliefs that you have. They're limiting beliefs that hold you back from getting what you want, that financial abundance, that prosperity. And when you come up on an opportunity to make money, when you think of a good business idea, maybe, you have these limiting beliefs that hold you back from getting the things that you want. This is why people who have wealthy parents get wealthy. They become financially abundant. So many people have this limiting belief that, oh, they're trust fund babies. Oh, they inherited all their wealth. They didn't work for it. But no, they just downloaded good beliefs from their parents who are also financially successful. And it made it quite easy for them to create that abundance in their life. And when I said before that limiting belief of you have to work hard for money, if you're working hard for anything, your dream body, your diet that you just started, your business, whatever it is, if you feel like it's difficult work that you have to sweat over, fight over, it's impossible to do, you're trying to build good habits and you feel like you can't do it, it's because these beliefs are not ingrained into your subconscious mind. This is what habits are. Habits are so ingrained into your subconscious mind because you did that thing over and over and over again. When you first rode a bike, how difficult was it? I don't know if you can remember the first time you rode a bike, but I can certainly remember I fell a fuck ton. I remember I had to use training wheels. You have to learn how to balance, steer, and pedal all at the same time. When you are young, this isn't an easy task, right? You're going to fall, you're going to make mistakes, and unless you get back up and keep trying, you're never going to learn how to ride a bike. That's the same thing with walking, with running, with swimming, with anything. You had to fall a fuck ton of times before you learned how to walk. You had to crawl a bunch until you learned how to actually walk, right? And this is how that subconscious program is downloaded into our mind. If you watch Netflix every day for 21 days in a row, this is going to be ingrained into your subconscious mind to open up your TV, to your laptop, your phone, and watch some Netflix on autopilot, subconsciously, automatic, because it's your habit. When it's so ingrained into your habit because you've done it over and over and over again, this is just the reality that you create. This is what you do on autopilot, subconsciously, for 95% of the day. And we only have that 5% of consciousness to actually change that 95% of programming. We have to override that 95% of programming with 5% of our consciousness. And this is why people fail when they try to adopt a new habit, when they try to start a business for the first time, when they try to do anything that is difficult. It's not in line with their subconscious beliefs, their subconscious habits. And our subconscious mind, as I just said, learns from repetition. We had to ride that bike over and over and over again for it to be ingrained into our subconscious mind. We had to figure out how to walk over and over and over again for it to be ingrained into our subconscious mind. You have to visualize over and over and over again to believe in your future self. You have to use affirmations over and over and over again to reprogram your subconscious mind. All right, this is an exercise that I want you to do. Think of something that you want to achieve, maybe a good habit that you want to adopt. Maybe you want to start a business, you want to get a six-pack, whatever it may be. Picture that desired outcome, that dream goal, and write it down on a piece of paper. Then, write down every thought that you have that tells you that you cannot get that thing. Maybe you want to just start a business, gain, I don't know, $1,000, $10,000 a month. That may seem like a lot to you. And that's because your limiting beliefs are telling you that that is a lot. Maybe you want to get a six-pack and your limiting beliefs are saying, I can never lose this weight. I can never gain this abdominal muscle. Listen to those thoughts. Write those thoughts on a piece of paper. And then write down the exact opposite. Write down your desired outcome as if it was true right now. Those are not only your affirmations when you find out your limiting beliefs, you write down the proper beliefs that you must believe in order to achieve that goal. Those are affirmations that you can now say to yourself, and you have to say these to yourself over and over and over again for them to work. This is how your subconscious mind gets reprogrammed. This is how you build those habits of walking, of riding a bike. Any habit that you've adopted, any bad habit that you want to break, it takes 21 days of repetition to build that habit. It takes 21 days of repetition to build that belief, and you need to use affirmations daily. You can now write down your desired goal as if it was already you. So maybe you say, maybe you have a dream car in mind and you're trying to start a business. So you just write, today I drove my dream car. I made X amount of money doing my business. I helped this many people do this. Whatever your goal is, You write that down. And then you visualize that for 21 days straight, every fucking day. And your subconscious mind has no concept of imagination and reality. So this is why affirmations work. This is why visualization works. This is why you feel good when you visualize positively, or why you feel bad when you visualize negatively. When you visualize yourself getting rejected by that girl, when you visualize yourself failing in your business, when you visualize that not desired outcome, that undesirable outcome, you feel like shit. You feel like this is already you. When you watch a scary movie, you know that it's pixels on a screen and it's sounds coming out of a speaker, but you feel scared. Your subconscious mind has no concept of imagination and reality. So this is why visualization is so powerful, because when you visualize your desired outcome for 21 days straight, you believe that this has already happened. You believe that this is you. So you already have the beliefs of someone who achieved that goal, making a business, making money, getting a fucking six-pack. Whatever your desired goal may be, you believe that you've already done it. So when you go take the action to actually do it, because people forget that the law of attraction works, but you actually have to take action. You can't just visualize for 21 days straight, expect all of it to just fall upon you, to be attracted to you like a magnet. And it will, if you take the action aligned with the beliefs that you now have. But it'll be so much easier to take that action. You won't have to fight for it. You won't have to work super hard over it, because you have the beliefs that are in line with the action that you're taking. That 95% of subconscious programming is now in line with that 5% of conscious effort that you are now putting in. So 100% of your consciousness is aligned with the goal that you want to achieve, and you will achieve it. Once you build the habits, which is another huge part of the subconscious mind, that'll be my next video. I'll talk about habits. But once you can align your habits and your beliefs with the action that you want to take, with the goals that you want to achieve, and you truly believe that you can get there, you already have the beliefs that this is you. You already have the beliefs of someone who's achieved those goals. It's not going to be too difficult to achieve those goals anymore. You're going to achieve those goals easier than you could have ever imagined in your entire life. This is life-changing shit, and this is why I make so many videos on this stuff, and this is why I practice these things daily. Because if I don't, then I fall back into those negative limiting beliefs that I downloaded from ages 0 to 7, that I downloaded from any past experience that was very altered in my mind. So I forgot to mention this, but long-term memories are created from a very altered state of being, from a very positive or a very negative event. Let's say you get rejected by a girl. She says you're ugly, you're fucking annoying, you're a loser. She literally says that to your face. Hopefully that didn't happen to you, but maybe that did. Maybe that literally happened to you and you're thinking of that event right now. That's not a happy event. You can remember that event because it's a very negative event. It's a very altered state of being in your mind, so it's now drilled into your brain as a long-term memory. And what did I say about your subconscious mind? It doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality, and it learns from repetition. So if you are recalling that memory, recalling that long-term memory, you not only believe that this is happening in this present moment, but if you do that over and over and over again, you repeat it over and over and over again, this starts to be drilled into your subconscious mind as a belief. This is like an affirmation, a visualization that you are doing in your mind. So let's say, for instance, you got rejected. Some random chick said, you are ugly. This is stuck in your mind as a long-term memory. You call upon that long-term memory over and over and over again daily. You are living from the past. You are living from that negative limiting events that happen, and it's going to be drilled into your mind as a limiting belief because you're calling upon that over and over and over again, repeating it, believing that this is happening in this present moment. So every single day, you're telling yourself, I am ugly. You are remembering that event that happened. You are feeling the negative emotions associated with that long-term memory, and you are programming your mind to believe that you are ugly. And this is why visualization works so well, because it's the exact same thing, just doing the exact opposite. You visualize yourself being successful when approaching a female, getting your dream girl, going on a date with the girl you have a crush on, whatever it is. You believe that that has happened, right? You believe that that is coming true in this very fucking moment. Your subconscious mind has no concept of imagination and reality, so you feel those positive emotions in this very moment. And then eventually, this starts to reprogram your belief system. You start to believe that this is you, and you are no longer living from that past event, that past memory. You are not living from the past. You are living from the fucking future. You can predict your future. And I said that you can use affirmations, you can visualize, you can journal as if you are your future self. But if you're going to do any of these things, you need to emotionalize that affirmation, emotionalize that visualization, emotionalize that journaling that you are doing to feel those positive emotions, to reprogram your mind, rather than feeling those negative emotions from your past, rather than... Sorry, my cat is messing around. But I think you get the idea. If you feel positive emotions rather than negative emotions, you will create a positive event in your life. When you are... He just knocked over the mic. When you are... I lost my train of thought, but I think you guys get the idea. This is why I visualize daily. This is why I listen to, say affirmations to myself daily. This is why I meditate daily, to let go of all those past thoughts, those past beliefs, those past emotions. And this is why I talk about this shit in practically every video. Because if you do these things daily, if you do these things consistently, this will start to become a habit. This will start to reprogram your belief system. Then 95% of the day, you are creating the reality that you want to create, and you are no longer creating the reality that you don't want to create based on past limiting beliefs, based on past events that happened, based on negative emotions that you don't want to feel. If this all makes sense to you, you shouldn't even want to click on the next video that pops up on your feed. You shouldn't even want to keep scrolling on this app. You should immediately, if you know the power of this, you should immediately want to go visualize, go meditate, go use affirmations, journal as if you are your future self, reprogram your mind, because you know that this will change your life. Please do additional research on people like Bruce Lipton, on people like Joe Dispenza. Learn about meditation, learn about visualization, learn about these things, because a lot of people say knowledge is power. And I just spoke about Bruce Lipton. Look him up, please. But he says that, I think he says something like, not having knowledge isn't not power, basically, because if you don't know how you work, if you don't know how your subconscious mind works, you don't know how your belief system works, you can't take control of your life. You're going to keep trying to hit the gym, and then a week later you give up. You're going to try to do a new diet, and then you give up after a few days. You're going to try to start a business, and then your limiting beliefs come back and say, you can't start this business. No one's going to buy your product. No one's going to give you money. You can't provide value to anyone. If you don't learn about your mind, your body, your subconscious mind especially, you will not be able to take control of your life. So please learn about these things. Please go put in the work. And please get the fuck off this app.